What up, world? This is the Tankhead Moe Show, and I'm your host, Tankhead Moe. Today, we have a special guest in the building. He's a rising bilingual stand-up comedian and actor, born in Miami, repping those Dominican and Honduras roots. He's now doing big things out of Atlanta. You've seen him on the Country Wayne skits and also rocking the stages in New York, L.A., Miami, and of course, right here in the A. Sharing the spotlight with comedians, heavy hitters like Judd Apatow, Francisco Romez, and Kyle Grooms. What makes him stand out? He connects with everyone, English or Spanish, while dropping hilarious stories about immigrant families, culture, and just wild ride modern life. Y'all give it up for the one and only Cesar Pichardo.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, bro. You know it's Judd Apatow, right? You know who that is, right?
Right. Hey, you know, I'm from the South, y'all. Y'all got to excuse me. I will mess a word up, man. And yeah, he was a part of the 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah, he directed 40-year-old virgin. I think he's part of Knocked Up.
Yeah.
Hell Right, Super Bad. He's done a lot of stuff. He's a comedian too.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's also put a lot of some of those top comedians on too.
Yeah,
So
he put his homies up, man.
Yeah,
I always
man.
think that's cool. You know, like the same thing that Adam Sandler does. He just brings his homies up.
Right. And you know what, man? That's a good thing. That's pretty big for you to be around people, you know, at that stature, you know, and just be a part of that, man. That's pretty big, man, because a lot of comedians don't get that opportunity to be on stage with hitters like that, you know. And another one, Kyle Groom. I think Kyle Groom from Georgia.
I don't know what Kyle Groom's from, but he was actually the I opened for him in Miami.
Okay.
It was actually my first. He was the first person to ever let me open.
Oh wow.
But I know he used to write on the Dave Chappelle show. So he might be from Georgia and then moved to Florida. But
Right, man. I can say that, man.
A lot of these opportunities, it takes talent, but a lot of it's luck, man. I just been fortunate to been given the opportunity, but it's kind of like, you know, we want an opportunity, but then we're like, you have to show out. You know what I mean? Some people get the opportunity and they don't do well, and they don't get any more opportunities. And I've been lucky to kind of hit a home run every time I got the opportunity.
Right, man. I watched you before, man. You a hell of a stand-up comedian, man, and I was amazed that when I first found out, like, you was already funny doing comedy in just regular English, but and then I saw you doing this. I was like, oh wow, he does both. So you got the best of both worlds, man.
I got really lucky. I'm born and raised in Miami. But I would just write in English. So everything I did, anything that meant entertainment, was English for me. Right. So it wasn't until I moved to Georgia that I bumped into. I did a few shows, and then they found out I'm Dominican, and they're like, "Oh, so do you speak Spanish?" And when the people found out I spoke Spanish, they told me to hit up Juan. And Juan Rios does Spanish shows here, and he gave me the opportunity to start just flexing that muscle.
Right.
And once I figured out how to, you know, maneuver it, because everything's different. Punchlines are different, stories are different. You know, even the way we talk, you know, in English is more like set up, punchline, you know what I mean?
Correct.
In Spanish, it's like they're more interested in the story and the specifics. You know, you may not even have a punchline. The story was funny. You know?
Right.
It's a lot of stuff. And I give Juan credit for that. But,
hey, man.
But a year ago, I knew no Latino comic. Like, really? I didn't know. All my heroes were black or white comics, you know? That's all I grew up around, you know? And then and now I know so many, and there's so many talented out there, huge comics that are touring around the world in Spanish.
Right, man. So that's pretty big, man. Like, I remember, not to get off topic, but I remember when I first met you, man. And what was crazy, I was watching this Country Wayne skits, and that day I was just like Van watching, just kept watching, and you just kept popping up. And I was going to do an open mic to work on stuff, and I get out to the open mic, and guess who I see? Voila. I see. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold up. That is, and you was pretty cool, man. I wouldn't have spoke to you. You was just always a cool cat, man. You didn't like who are you? You didn't do that. You was like, hey man, you going up, man. So man, that's one thing, man. It's good to have like people like you around that love the art of stand up and that love it enough where you get other people chances. Yeah, because like I know you host places like the Helium and stuff, like when you let me close out one time. You know what I'm saying? I was very appreciative of that, coming out. You like, hey man, you just going to close it out, and and that made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? I was able to work my art and stuff like that, man. But I do want to say this, man, like for younger comedian people just getting in the game, man, what was the moment that you knew that you wanted to be a comedian? Like,
man, that's tough. I mean, I've always respected the art. I come from an acting background, and I also got into improv as well. I moved to Atlanta for acting, and times were slow. We had the writer's block, and then writer's strike.
Right.
And then I remember a friend of mine was like, just start doing stand-up. And then I went to, my first mic ever was Dynamic El Dorado.
Dynamic El Dorado, I'm familiar.
And I had I moved here in February 2022. My first mic was like August 2022. Right? So then I go there, I still don't know anyone, whatever, and I bomb, right? But then also, like, I was just happy to get my reps in and just hearing myself out loud. And then I realized that everybody in the audience were comics. But I didn't know because all these faces are new to me. Right. But then, so that made me feel a little better. I was like, I didn't take it personal. I was like, oh, usually comics, I would assume. Because when I was sitting down in the audience, I was just thinking, what am I going to say? Right. So I'm not really listening to who's up there. And I just assumed all that. And then weirdly enough, I got asked to do that Kenan Thompson thing.
Kenan present.
Yeah, that he came. He came in a box. I don't know if you were there, but he came in a box, and I'm like, oh shit, I get to do this Kenan Thompson thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I go in there all naive and stuff. There's a lineup, and I'm looking at that lineup. I think I have that lineup at home, and knowing all those comics now, I'm like, all these guys are great.
Right.
So, but even before then, I always like you said, when I first met you, I was nice and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I always agree. You always have to be nice.
Right.
Like, you don't need a reason to be nice.
Right.
You know what I mean? And also, like, in the industry we're working, like, there's so many ups and downs. Like, smiling at somebody, that makes somebody's day, man.
Right.
Saying,
That's
hey,
true.
man, that was a good joke. Hey, good job. Nice seeing you. That makes somebody's day.
Right.
So I always believe in that. And also, you don't know people's experience.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Just because I never seen you before, that doesn't mean you've done bigger rooms than me. So why am I assuming that I'm better than you or anything? So I always try to treat everybody the same, nice and everything.
Right.
Yeah, and then another thing, so when I did that Kenan Thompson thing, I probably bombed, but I think I had a pretty good set. And the closer was Clay in English. And like I said, I'm still new to comedy, but a friend of mine from Miami knew Clay in English. Like he was a fan.
Yeah, he's funny, yeah.
He was a fan of Clay, and I asked Clay, yo, my friend Andre from Miami is a big fan of yours. And then Clay said, let's send him a video. And we sent him a video, and then Clay's like, yo, your boy's funny. He's getting better,
That's what's up, man.
And it was just seeing how big Clay in English is and how talented he is, and he still was humble and nice to me.
Right.
I was like, there's no excuse why open micers can't be nice to other people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So that also motivated me, as in, like, I can continue to get better at comedy and just be nice to people.
Right. Yeah, man. And, when you was talking about the Kenan Present, I've tried to get on Kenan Present, but I could never get on, man.
You're not missing out on anything, bro. You're not missing out on anything.
Yeah, I sent the video, I signed up, could never get on, man. And,
there's way better things. You doing Laughing Skull open mic is more valuable than you doing that.
Right.
Trust me.
Right. And I got to, get back out into, some of these places, but we need a workout room here in Atlanta, in Georgia, period. Like, but Question, like, what is like harder to you as a stand-up comedian, doing comedy in English or doing it in Spanish?
I think when I say English, I mean American crowds.
American, yeah,
right?
American.
I think
right.
because there's always the argument about white crowds, black crowds.
Correct.
In my eyes,
Speaking general.
They're both
I'm
easy.
speaking general.
They're both easy. The fact that I think they're both easy to me is because even if we're different races, white and black,
right?
You relate to where you're at, right? So if I have jokes about Atlanta, they both live in Atlanta,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
it's just gonna be Atlanta traffic, whatever,
yeah.
anything, being married. But when you do like Spanish rooms, very rarely I'm getting a whole, just one country. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, and even then, I'm Dominican, Honduran.
Right.
So I just toured with this comedian named Led Varela, who's a big Venezuelan comedian. And he's giving me an opportunity to open for him and feature him in Texas, right? And it's not a Mexican show.
Right.
And even if it was, you know, I'm not Mexican.
Big, man. Yeah.
Exactly. And then so I'm performing in front of Venezuelans. The headliner, he's going to talk about his life experience in Venezuela, the politics in Venezuela, Venezuelan women. I don't got none of that.
Right.
So now I have to use my material or write specific material where I can find them a way they can relate to me. Okay. Aside from my race.
Right.
So that's why I think Spanish shows are more difficult. And also because I feel like I see it a lot in English comedy where there's more generalization in English comedy. In Spanish comedy, you can't say all black people run fast.
Right.
That's not true.
That's
not true. Or like,
right.
oh, we're on black people time.
Right.
Not all black people are late. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
But it's like if you do that in Spanish, like, if you say in Spanish, all Dominicans play baseball. That's not true.
Right.
So then they want you to be specific. They're not going to laugh if you just generalize. I've seen the English shows the white shows where you just do a generalization and they laugh. You do a black show, you do a generalization about like Mexicans or white people, they laugh.
Yeah. And
then in Spanish it's more, you got to be specific because it's not true.
Now, I don't know now that Dominican playing baseball now. They got that on lock now.
Just because they play don't mean they all good.
Multi-millionaire, man. The men got that baseball.
Yeah, that must have been
a bad baseball
example.
Because, man, they are beasts when it come to that baseball, man.
I mean, they're picking up other sports now. We got a few Dominicans in the NBA now, too. And the NFL, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like, who's your big influence that's coming up as a comedian? Like, what comedians, like, man, I really, you know what I'm saying, this is somebody that really touched me as a stand-up comedian.
I mean, I grew up watching a lot of Dave Chappelle. I liked this question is so hard because it was I couldn't find somebody like me.
Right.
You know what I mean? There wasn't like a Dominican or a Latino. Like George Lopez is Mexican. A lot of his jokes were like West Coast Mexican thing where I didn't vibe to. But I like Dave. As I got older and more into the craft, I did like Andrew Schultz.
And Andrew Schultz.
Andrew Schultz, just because he's really good at being specific. And that's what I like. Like, Russell Peters?
Russell Peters, I heard of him.
He's an Indian comedian from Canada or whatever. He was the first comic growing up where I saw he would do a show like in Australia. And he wrote maybe half hour just about Australia. You know what I mean? Like, he took the time to be specific. Andrew Schultz was the same thing. Like, he'll do a show in Dubai, and so he has a big part of his set that's about Dubai. You know what I mean? I thought that was really cool. I like that because then it makes your audience feel closer to you.
Right.
And like you actually paying attention. It's not just, you want we came to your show so you can tell the same things you tell over there. Yeah, so those guys, and then like I like how Andrew sometimes he'll just say stuff that, people be scared to say. Same thing with Dave. He'll say stuff and be like, oh shit, I'm gonna get canceled. No, like, get over it. It's a joke.
Right.
And he did it in a story. It wasn't like a low hanging fruit or anything like that. So,
right.
So I like that. Yeah, I'm still not there with that confidence because I still think about like I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to be rude. Sometimes I don't even like cursing.
Right.
But I see it with time as you get more comfortable on stage and you see that more people are coming to see you. Then you can start saying more stuff that you want. And same thing with Ari Spears.
Ari Spears.
Did you get to see him at the Helium?
No, I didn't see him at the Helium, but I've been following Ari Spears.
Man, it was funny as hell because he has his homeboy. He does a podcast with some white boy.
Okay.
And his homeboy opens for him. And and his homeboy, you know, has this bit about having autistic kids, and he's like making fun of his autistic kid. And then there was these two black girls that started like heckling him. They're like, "Oh, we are teachers and we have autistic," blah blah blah, like giving him shit. And what the fuck, whatever. So he gets off, and then Aries Spears comes out, and this motherfucker starts saying like, "I don't like trans women. I like real women, grass-fed women." You know, he's like, he starts talking shit about everything, and none of his fans, those two girls, ain't complain. I was like, what the? So it's like they already know, like that's his thing. Like you're not gonna tell him he can't say something. But they went and heckled his opener about autistic. You know what I mean? So it's like it was funny.
The opener always get a hard time. I don't know what's that about. It's like when it comes, if you're an opener, now the headliner always gonna get respect. But the opener, they be like, we really come here to see you. You just killing time. That's the way they look at it. But don't know we don't put this 5 set together. And you know, so that's really, and it can mess with your ego. Like,
I mean, but the thing is, like, I know we all have an ego, but I feel like you need to learn how to put it aside.
Right.
When you're an opener or a feature, you got to remember it's not your show.
Right.
It's a headliner show, right?
Right.
The reason you got that spot is not because you're special.
Correct.
You know, your job as an opener or a feature is to warm up the crowd.
Right.
Right? So if you see you bombing, you better start figuring something out because you're making that headliner work. Like you said,
right.
I've seen headliners, everybody's there for them, but the crowd is not warmed up. So they have to try to win that crowd back.
Right.
And it's their show.
Got to really make it.
So it's the opener and the feature is a very important job. If you get it, I think you should take it seriously. And don't see it as like, oh, this is my chance to promote myself. No, this is your chance to show that you're professional, that you respect the craft, and that you can warm up a crowd. That's it.
Yeah.
And also, like, there's a lot of people that are openers, and they're like, we'll give you 10 minutes, and they're trying to do 15. It's like, bro, like, respect. They told you 10 minutes.
You got to respect that time. Yeah. You got it. That's the only way you get work. Like, and people don't realize it's a lot to the art of stand-up. Like, you got to respect that time. When people see that you can respect that time, they want to work with you. Yeah. If they say 10 minutes, you need to be cutting off at 9:50 at the most. That's
why you get a light.
Yeah.
They ask you what time you want the light. Oh, I want the light at 8. I want the light at 9. That means at 9, when they give you the light, you start wrapping it up.
Right.
Start wrapping it up.
Right.
It's not at 10 start wrapping it up. No, because now you're doing 12.
Right. Yeah. Man, you know, man, I was thinking, did you see the Lil Nas X when? What's your take?
I don't laugh at those things. I tell you, man, because it's sad. It's sad, man.
Yeah.
You know, like it makes you wonder: does he have a support group of friends or someone trying to? I understand that there's some people like that don't want to be helped.
Right.
But it's like, think about like how many us as regular people, we probably think, oh man, he's so fortunate to have the fame he does and all the opportunity he does, all the money he does, but he's still struggling with something.
Right.
So I try not to, especially when it's a minority, like let's not make fun of it.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like let's not expose it or exploit it. You know what I mean? Like.
So you're saying more of a mental health like type thing?
It might be. You know, I mean, I think if you're addicted to a drug or something, that's some type of mental health as well, because you don't have self-control. You know?
Yeah, from my Tankhead way, man, I think the way I seen it, man, like it was like a withdrawal from the Diddy freak off or something, because it was like, man,
I don't think he got invited, honestly. Because Diddy might be gay, but he don't want to be like obviously gay. You know what I mean? It's like if I invite Lil Nas, you know.
Right.
So yeah,
man, that's you're right, man. A lot of people are going through like mental health crisis right now, and that could be some of those signs. You never know what's going on in people's minds for you to walk down with some tighty whities on down a two lane road, highway. Yeah, so yeah, man, that's a tough one, man. And
maybe him getting arrested is probably the best thing that can happen to him, you know, because now he might be forced to find help.
Yeah.
So that could have been just a cry for help.
Yeah, could be.
There you go.
He could be in there making love, so he's
true,
to eat it.
He could have been in his room, overdosing or something. So I'm glad he found something.
You have a point there.
It's crazy.
You have a point there, man. You do have a point. Like what what is some of the wildest things that ever happened to you, like on stage doing the set? Like what is something wild that ever happened to you?
I think I've been lucky, man. Nothing crazy, like wild.
Wow.
I know Kevin Hart said somebody threw a chicken wing at him once. I remember I had to do, when I first started, I got asked to do a show at a sports bar.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody knew there was a comedy show happening.
They watch TV.
And there was a stage, and behind the stage there's a projector showing the football games. Mm-hmm. So no one's listening to me. And also there was like this big black dude. So the chairs are horizontal to or parallel to the stage, but he turned his seat just to face me, and he was just like this the whole time. And every time I would say a punchline, he'll go, and that was like it was only 8 minutes, and it was like the longest 8 minutes. That was that's probably crazy. But aside from that, like I've had girls try to talk to me, like drunk girls, like they'll hug me and stuff like that. And I try not to. Because you could lose the crowd if you start calling the girls names and shit.
You can.
So you got to make fun of, like, their actions or some shit.
You can.
But aside from that, I've been lucky. Nothing too crazy. I'll tell you, you know what's a crazy story, though? This did not happen to me on stage. But I got booked to feature for somebody at the Helium. Mm-hmm. Oh, I shouldn't say the name of the club. At the club. I got asked to feature for somebody for the name of the club. And then the comedian's like, yo, I'll be there at 9 or whatever. I got there, like, at 8:45. They lead me, the employees lead me to the green room. When I get to the green room, there's somebody already there. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is probably one of his buddies. Whatever. Comedian gets there or whatever, and then we're just talking, catching up, and then we're getting ready for the show. So he's looking at his notes, I'm looking at my notes, and buddy that was there already just talking. And then my buddy that's the headliner, he goes, yo, can you guys keep it down? Because I'm not trying to be mean. It's just this is my show, and I want to be ready. Right? You know, it's normal, right?
Yeah,
sometimes you need silence.
Yeah, you do, right.
Yeah. So respectfully, I didn't know Buddy, so I leave the room because I'm only doing 15 minutes. I ain't stressing. I'm going to go walk around or something. Whatever. The show starts. Buddy that was in there already brings out a camera. He records all our sets. So we're like, oh, cool. You know, Bro, after the show, that guy that was there already, he goes, I got a confession to make. And we're like, what's up? I don't know any of y'all.
What?
And I'm like, wait, you don't know him, the headliner? And he's like, nah. And he goes, you don't know Cesar? He's like, nah. And we're like, what the fuck you doing here?
Right.
He's like, oh, I tried to buy a ticket online, but it wasn't going through, so I just came through, and I just came to hang out. And then he's like, oh, but the headliner's like, but at least are you a videographer or photographer? Like, trying to see, like, oh, I'll help you out.
Yeah, what do you, yeah.
He's like, nah, my mom is. I'm just here.
What?
Bro,
in the green room?
In the green room, just chilling with us. So then our headliner gets really upset. He's like, yo, this is disrespectful. You didn't buy a ticket for the show. You recorded the whole show, right? You hung out in our personal space. This is for comedians. People work hard to get in here.
Right.
And you just in here based on what?
Chilling.
Right? And there's a grown-ass man. He starts crying. He starts crying. And we're like, bro, why are you crying? And then he reaches for his bag. So then I get closer to him. I don't know, buddy might whip out a gun or some shit. You know that? And he's like, no, I brought you guys a gift.
Oh, he was lovable. You got
And we're like, what? I'm like, we don't want anything. And he was like, so I guess he did know the headliner. He goes, the headliner has a podcast with one of his buddies. His buddy's like big on graffiti. Right. So he's like, I brought these caps that you put on the spray cans. And there's a whole bag that you could give to your homeboy, right? And he gives the bag to the headliner. And he's like, thanks, I'll give it to him. And he goes, actually, can I have the bag back? I need to take some of them out because they're kind of expensive. And we're like, bro, what is going on?
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that was probably the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. And then I've done shows where, like, people, I'm featuring for somebody, and people rush into the green room trying to, like, hug the
headline. Yeah, the comment.
Take pictures.
Oh, wow.
We had to get security and stuff like that.
Wow.
And on stage, aside from small hecklers, there's nothing crazy.
Yeah, man, I had a crazy heckle before this spot, man. Oh, man, and I remember like it was yesterday, man. Man, I was just getting into comedy, and I was working. Man, I just knew I was gonna kill him with this joke. Man, I was talking about a credit card reclining joke, and the dude sitting at the table next to me, he said, "Man, I said my credit card declined," and I'm still over there trying to tell my joke. And I only knew how to do my joke. I didn't know how to talk to the crowd. Man. You ain't gonna be doing comedy nowhere, you know. And I'm like, hold on, man. And then he go back, man, I said my credit card declined. And he had a lady at the table with him. She was sitting at the table talking about, come on then, baby, cause he ain't gonna tell you my credit card declined. I was like, man. So I know that feeling, man. But
sometimes the crowd doesn't know that you're on a time limit.
Right.
And also like with social media, a lot of people think they're part of the show.
Right.
They don't understand that you need to sit down, shut up, and listen.
Right.
And some people never been to a comedy show, so you have to teach them how a comedy show works.
Right. That was very key what you said. Like, they don't know us. We peons starting off, so when we opening, we got time constraints. Yeah. And we had to stick by that time. We can't talk to y'all like the headliner. That's why they're a headliner. You know, our job is to tell the joke and do the line up that we worked on. And I wanted to ask you, have you been in a situation with the headliner where you can't do this joke, you can't do that joke, based on like if a headline like a TK, right? Mm-hmm. We know he does like the Who Raised You or his stuff, relationships down that avenue. You know, like if you working with a comedian, do they say, well, you can't do that avenue if you got any relationship jokes? Or
I mean, not that specific. I've worked with different comics, clean and dirty. So let's say I'm working with a clean comic, they'll be like, hey, Cesar, I need you to do a 10-minute guest spot, clean only, something like that. But nothing. Maybe I've had some that be like, maybe avoid politics. Or something like that, or don't talk too much to the crowd. Because like the crowd, you can talk to crowds. Crowds need to understand you could talk if you're being spoken to.
Right. Only
like if the comedian asks you a question, sure, talk to them.
Right.
But no, I haven't had a comedian say, don't do this, don't do that. I think most comedians, especially headliners, not really worried about your material.
Okay, good.
I mean, they just want you to do a good job because like I said, your job is to warm them up.
Right.
So if you got 10 minutes on dick jokes, it better be funny.
It better be funny.
That's all. Yeah. They're not going to tell you don't do the dick jokes, but it better be funny.
Yeah. Then you're going to be put in a category. Yeah, exactly. If it's just that, you're not going to get no work. If you can't.
I mean, I see, man, I did a show yesterday, and do you know Lauren Knight?
I've heard of Lauren Knight.
Lauren Knight, she runs a show called One Night Only, man. She had to do 10 minutes as well. She probably did 8 minutes on dick jokes. She crushed.
Right.
She destroyed. It was 100 and something people in that crowd. She destroyed. Talking about little dicks, big dicks. You know? Obviously, it's a little funnier coming from a woman's side,
correct.
a woman point of view, you know. Right. But she did amazing. So it's like it all depends what you talk about, you know, and how you do it. Because also, like, just like movies, every premise has been done. Right. So what makes your story different?
What makes it different? I mean? That's right.
So I don't think most comics, most headliners, that are making the big bucks, they're doing the hour. Right. And they'll be like, yo, Tank, don't talk about the credit card. Because I got a credit card joke. You know what I mean? No, they're not worried about it. Like,
right. So with comedians being some of the best actors, you know, like what started you in acting, man?
Man, I remember school. You know, in elementary school, you stay in the same class the whole day unless you go to PE or something. But then when you go to middle school, now you got periods, right? And you got a schedule. And I remember I looked at the schedule. That shit said drama. I didn't pick it. And I was like, man, that's gay as fuck, man. And then I remember when I went to class, it was all women and like me and 3 other dudes. I'm like, shit, I like this class.
I know that's right.
And it was perfect because for all the plays we did, one guy got to get kissed. One guy, you know what I mean? Like, I'll take all the roles. Yeah. So that's how I started liking it. And then obviously, like a lot at home, you know, a lot of the times we got together was to watch a movie. Yeah. And so deep down, I knew that it would be cool to be an actor. You know, see my family see me on TV, and bring my family together, bring other families together. Right. And then back in the day, obviously, there weren't people like me on TV too. So my people were like people who I knew weren't American and had a heavy accent. So like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yep.
I was like, man, if Jean-Claude Van Damme can play an American soldier, I could be an actor in the United States. So that's how I got into acting, and then I did more theater in high school.
Okay.
And then when I got to college, I stopped because I was like, I got to get a real degree. You know, I can't tell my dad I'm gonna go to school for theater. Shit, I remember I started.
Theater, that it went bad.
Man, I got military family. I got military brothers and sisters.
So you're a military brat.
And some people. My dad wasn't. My dad, he was like a cop in DR or whatever.
Okay.
But then like whoever didn't join the military became like an accountant or a lawyer. And so then if I bust out with like I'm gonna do theater. And then like I have gay brothers too. So I was like,
you got what?
I got 3 gay brothers.
You 3 gay? Oh man!
So if I tell my brother, if I tell my dad, yeah, I'm going to school for theater, he's like, damn, I got a 4th gay son. You know what I mean? Like, so I always avoided that until I started booking. Once I started booking, even then I didn't tell anything until like my dad's friends would see me on TV. They'd be like, yo, I think I saw. My nickname in the family is Tito.
Okay.
So I'm like, yo, I think I saw Tito.
So you the real Tito?
I'm Tito. But it's because my dad is Dominican, and he already had a son named Cesar.
Okay.
Right? And then he got another woman pregnant, and that's me. And I come out, and
right.
my mom names me Cesar. So now if we hang out, it's 3 Caesars. So obviously he's the main Caesar, and then my other brother got another nickname, and then I was Tito. But yeah, once he started seeing that I was on TV and making a little bread or whatever.
Right.
He's like, oh, that's cool. You do acting. But before that, nah, it was not cool.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, you're a damn good actor, man. You're a damn good actor. I can't say that. Because I had to go out and check you out. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get
the country wing?
Yeah. Even with that, like, and I know you done, I think, some stage plays too. Yeah.
I did a play here in Doraville.
Right.
We did that in Spanish and English.
Right.
And we had 9 shows, I believe, and 7 sold out.
Wow,
So
that's
dope, man.
That's good, man. Like I can do, I thought about doing. I'm gonna need to learn Spanish anyway because my granddaughter, she's
you showed me,
in California. So it's my son, and shout out to my older son and his daughter. Yeah, so Alani. So I need to learn how because she speaks Spanish and English. Her mom teacher, Perfect. Yeah, so
I mean, in those situations, I think it's better just to keep talking to her in Spanish because she's gonna learn English at school anyway.
Well, she don't want to talk to granddad in Spanish. Cause I'm like, DLA. I got to pull the paper out and be
Pull it out, man.
Be looking at him like, baby. I be trying to say I love you and don't know it. I'm gonna say I love you in English. Yeah, te quiero. Te quiero. Okay, yeah. Te quiero. Yeah, te quiero.
It's really hard in Spanish because. Especially if you don't speak any Spanish and you're American, like you can tell somebody you like them, and somebody you love them, right? So in Spanish, te quiero is like kind of like I want you, but you say that to anybody, like yeah, te quiero, like you know what I mean? Like you say among friends, te quiero. You don't really want them; you love them, but it's
right. I see.
And then the word, the love one is te amo, but it's kind of like too much,
right?
Right, so it's not just simple like I love you. It's kind of like I'm really in love with you.
Right. Yeah.
But if you're comfortable with that family member, that friend, then you can use those words.
Okay. Yeah. This
Spanish is more. It's right to the point. It's not
right.
Don't overthink. I'm like, man, he said he's obsessed with me. No, that's how you say it. That's just how you say it.
Right. Yeah. This part of the show where we switch to the Tankhead Moe hot seat. Tankhead Moe hot seat. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Just answer.
Rapid fire.
Be yourself. Rapid fire, man. Just be yourself, man. Like, what's one joke you regret telling?
I don't think I have one. I mean, I did this joke about pansexuals. Because I think they like everybody. They just love humans.
Right.
And then I think I was trying a bit about how I think that's BS. Like, you know, like if you ugly, like a fat, dirty, ugly person, and saying you're pansexual, like, nah, you just like anybody who like you. You know what I mean? Like, don't say you pansexual because you're open-minded and you like everybody. No, you have limited options.
Right.
And you're just going for whatever likes you.
That's right.
I kind of regret saying that because obviously there's more to it. And honestly, it doesn't matter. I don't need that joke. That's what I'm saying. I don't need it.
Right. What's the worst city you ever done comedy in?
Oh, man, this is gonna be controversial, but like, oh no, here goes. Houston, Texas. No, wait, San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio.
San Antonio, Texas. Man, I did Laugh Out Loud San Antonio Club, and those people like, it was a sold out show. I was featuring for somebody, and even the headliner, they'll laugh, but they didn't want to laugh. It was like they were like this the whole time, like like it was just like, I don't know if because they were rich or something. They were really uptight. It was really uptight. And then I would put, it's funny because being from Miami, I would say Miami too.
Miami?
Yeah, because in Miami, I feel like they're very entitled. They want to be part of the show. They think they know more than you, and they in the audience. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
so like here then.
Yeah. But I love Atlanta just because that's where I became a comic.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's where I learned everything. Like, I don't think people be like, oh, it's the hardest place to do comedy. I don't agree with that. But it does, there's so many rooms for you to grow. So I like that. Yeah.
What's the funniest DM you ever gotten from someone?
Man, girls have sent me a lot of crazy shit. Bro. I ain't gonna lie. But even like, I've gotten DMs from like gay dudes, and I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, what you trying to do? Like, I'm like, God, I'm straight. But girls, man, I got a DM recently from a girl where she goes, I'm just trying to get Eiffel Towered. And I was like, wait, what? Yeah, I got in DMs like that. I got in DMs from girls repeating a joke of mine. Because I have a joke about I don't kiss girls because I get them pregnant. And then the girl DM'd me, damn, I saw you at your show. I wanted to kiss you, but I don't want to get pregnant.
Damn.
And I was like, damn, that's a
good
call. I kind of
comment.
like that. Yeah. But nothing crazy. Nothing too crazy. I think people know to kind of stay away from me with some bullshit.
Yeah. Like, if you woke up tomorrow and social media was banned, what would be your next move as a stand-up comedian? We can use that. We use that stand-up
honestly,
comedian.
because I be thinking, bro, I don't like social media, man. I wanted one day be successful enough that I never got to go on social media. Right. Because it takes a lot of my day. But if I had no social media and I had to become a comic, then all you got to do is always be in a room. Right. Always go to a club and do a show, and then you could be that mythical creature, word of mouth.
Right.
I mean, there was a time Richard Pryor had no social media. Eddie Murphy had no social media. Right. So you just got to be more in the clubs then. Write more and be more in the clubs.
Right.
But I think getting rid of social media would be perfect, especially for our mental health. Yeah. Because sometimes we just end up comparing ourselves to other people, not realizing there's opportunities for everybody, and we're all different. Right. So even if you got an opportunity, if I was given the opportunity, it might not have gone well because I'm not that person. That was for them.
If you had the opportunity to wear a dress as an actor, would you do it?
Wait. If I had an opportunity.
Well, let me. What? If you had,
like, I see a dress, I'll put that shit on.
Yeah. Like if you had a opportunity for a big role,
sure,
but the big role required you to wear a dress, would you do it?
I would do it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with Mrs. Doubtfire.
Right.
What is that? Time Phone? What was it? The movie with Wesley Snipes, Patrick Swayze, and John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
It's just a movie. I don't think a dress makes one. If you wear a dress for a film, you do not turn gay. That's not how homosexuality works. So I would do it. Yeah, sure. Yeah, but it has to be like a good movie. It also can't be like pimping out the character.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm wearing a dress and they're just making fun of me. No, it's like it has to be point of the story, like interesting or something. Yeah, it can't be low hanging fruit.
Right. So have you ever, as a comedian, wanted to put hands on another comedian? Like, have you ever crossed that point where it's like,
not that. I mean, I did have in my early stage here in Atlanta. I had a confrontation with a black comedian because he was giving some newer comedians like shit about shit they can't talk about. But it was like a white guy. I think it was a white guy saying that he probably had a low-hanging fruit black joke, and the black comedian was giving him shit about it, right? Wow. And then I was like, yo, just leave him alone. He's new, bro, like, whatever. And then he goes to me, shut up, Cesar, you got low-hanging fruit jokes too. And I was like, yo, like, you got low-hanging fruit jokes. All you do is talk bad about women, how white people suck, all the shit that I've heard before. You know what I mean? Like, every shit that most beginning black comedians have, right? And then we got in each other's faces, and then they separated us. And then I didn't think I was going to fight, so it wasn't that serious. At the end of it, we hugged it out. We hugged it out, and then he was like, "You know, I love you, Cesar." And we've been cool ever since. Oh, but aside from that, nah, I don't think it's that serious. Jokes are jokes.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. So, man, let the people know where you can be, where they can reach you and you can be found, and where where you be at next, and what you got going on in your life, man. So
for sure. Thanks for having me again, Tank. I wanted to do this. I love the show. My name is Cesar Pichardo, Cesar Pichardo. You can find me on Instagram under Cesar Pichardo, Cesar. I got a show tonight. I know this is not going to be out tonight, but a show tonight at the Helium Comedy Theater in Alpharetta. I got a show next week on the 27th at Zany's Nashville. And then I'll be performing at Helium Comedy Theater the 30th and 31st of August. And then headlining the City of Roswell Cultural Arts Show on the 20th. Thank you so much.
Hey, and I tell y'all, man, check this guy out, man. He's very talented. He's a damn good actor, a very funny stand-up comedian, and he does comedy in English and in Spanish. So you get the best of both worlds. But that completes the show, y'all. I'm the host, Tankhead Moe, and my guest, Cesar Pichardo. It's about the truth, the jokes, and the Tankhead way. Peace. If you like this episode, please comment, like, share, and subscribe.